All right, good morning. It is 7:05 a.m. I've been up since 6:15. I just had to look for a charger so that my camera doesn't die. But today, we're going to be recording a fun little video. This is my dog Fletcher. Say good morning. Say good morning. Alright, so I keep having to charge this thing. I've had it on the wall down here for the past 15-20 minutes, and I'm hoping that's enough battery for the next couple shots. But I'm going to show you kind of what my mornings look like. So what's on the desk? We got my computer, my glasses, which I will throw on, this, which we will be reading, my coffee, and electrolytes. Sip it slow, sip it slow. But first thing in the morning, I always like to go outside and just look into the sky because it helps me wake up. And then I make my coffee. Then I read my Bible for like 30 minutes, and that's how I try to set myself up for a good day. All right, so for breakfast this morning, we are having about 2 handfuls of blueberries. I can't really move the camera too much. I have it propped up since we don't have a tripod, which we will be working on getting because I plan on making these videos every Tuesday. We're gonna try and drop one of these, but to continue with the breakfast, we have scrambled eggs, 3 eggs, a bunch of egg whites, and then some air-fried, diced up golden potatoes. So I'm gonna eat all of this. This is my first meal of the day. I follow up with my second meal after my workout, which I'm gonna be showing you as well today. We got a little bit of back and biceps. We're gonna eat this, give it some time to digest, and then we're gonna go hit a workout in the garage. Also wanted to go over the supplements that I take each and every morning, just so you guys have an idea of what you might want to be taking. We got fish oil right here, some vitamin C, vitamin D, and then a multivitamin that I get at Costco. I just have them all out right here. Hold on. We pop all of them. And I do that usually after breakfast. So once I get some food in me, everything's moving around, then I take my vitamins, and we still gotta wait just a little bit before we go work out. I'm gonna wait until that plane's done flying overhead. All right, hopefully it's not too loud, but for those of you who don't know me, my name's Toby. I'm 21 years old, and I've been working out for 5 years. That means I started working out when I was 16 years old, and I did so because I was just uncomfortable in my own skin. I would wear the same hoodie to school every day for 3 years in a row, and I would wear it because I didn't like my belly hanging over the waistband of my shorts. Yeah, I was embarrassed. I was insecure, and it sucked. I didn't like feeling that way, so I decided to do something about it. I decided to make a change, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I've done for the past 5 years. Going to the gym at first was scary. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what split to run. I just was going based off of what I was learning in the YouTube videos that I was watching. I would try different diets, different workouts, different machines, and over time I kind of just figured it out. 5 years in, and I have learned a lot about nutrition, programming workouts, and just how to build a good program. At 21 years old, it is now my aim to help as many people as I can through my passion for fitness. I used to hate working out, but now it's so much a part of me and who I am that I don't think I'll ever stop. I want to step on stage and compete as a natural bodybuilder roughly around the time I turn 23. I want to give myself 2 more years to build up my physique. I'm already proud of how I look, but I want to take it to the next level. We live in a society of weak men. Men have forgotten how to be a man. I'm very fortunate to have been raised by a great dad, and I have a lot of great Christian role models in my life that have taught me what it means to be a man and to lead as a man. And if you take anything away from my content, I hope it's that. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to be weak. You don't have to be like everyone around you. You got to worry solely about yourself and living up to the potential that you know you have. God has called you for something greater, and he wants you to use your life to serve him. If you glorify him in all things that you do and you submit in obedience to him, he will make your path straight. You don't need to have it all figured out, and that's one of the things that I struggle with by the day. I want to have all the answers. I want to know where I'm going, but to be frank, I just don't. What I can do, though, is put my faith and my trust in him, the God of the universe. In Proverbs, it says that he will establish my steps, and I trust that, and it allows me to continue in this pursuit. All that said, we're going to go crush a workout. Let's do this, bro. We getting big today. Dude, this banana won't open, but I got a quick little banana for the pump. I like to eat some form of quick digesting carbs before I work out, just about every time. So I had the potatoes this morning, now I'm having the banana. And then we're gonna get a crazy bicep pump, so stay tuned. All right, I am trying my best to not shake the camera. Each time I hit record, it starts acting up as if there's an earthquake. So hopefully my hand is steady and hopefully we're holding it still. This is the garage gym, the home field. We're on home turf. I like to go to, sorry, I don't know why I'm spinning around. I like to go to the gym at least for half of my workouts. Leg days I go to the gym because I don't have a hack squat here and I hate barbell squatting, so I prefer the hack squat at the gym. But when I can, I like to train in here. It's just a lot more raw. I feel like I sweat more and I put forth a lot more effort. So let me show you the setup. Right here we have our squat rack, barbell, and then we got a pull-up bar up there, a few dumbbells over in the corner by the golf clubs, and a bench. We don't have a tripod like I said, so I'm not able to get all the cool shots that I'd like to get, but we're starting anyways. You gotta start before you feel ready to do something if you wanna see any success. If you have inspiration to do something, I would encourage you, start right away. And today we're gonna get started with this back day. We're gonna be doing pull-ups, we're gonna be doing heavy barbell curls, some body weight rows. I'm gonna show you how to do those. And yeah, if this goes well, like I said, more videos on the way. We got our little chalk bag right here so we don't slip off of the bar, but I like to warm up with body weight pull-ups. So we're gonna hit a quick set of those. Like I said, having a tripod would make this so much easier, but we don't got one of those yet. So we're just warming up. The lights shut off. Of course they did. Oh, got a little pop in the back. That felt nice. I like training in hot environments because I get nice and sweaty and it feels like I'm exerting myself. Probably because I am. I definitely am. But just being able to sweat more feels pretty nice. This is gonna be our second warm-up set. We got 20 pounds around the waist. And I seem to have lost my chalk bag again, so give me 1 second to find that. Get some blood moving to the back. No tripod, no microphone. It's important that you start before you have the means to start perfectly sometimes. I often talk myself out of doing things that I know I should be doing for lack of equipment, and materials to do said thing. You should not be one of those people. Commit to doing what it is that you know you need to be doing and start right away, because otherwise you're just wasting time. This video is not going entirely as planned, but this is going to be our first working set. I got a 45 here. I'm just trying to buckle in real quick. And I think we have enough chalk on our hands, but we're gonna try and get like as many reps as we can. At this point, I'm going to take all my sets to failure. That is heavy. It's almost like I'm training legs, but I'm not. That's 6. Can I do one more? One more. Give me one more. pinched my leg, my inner thigh with this chain. That hurt. You need to stop making excuses, bro. You gotta start going through the process and just commit to it. Like, there's only so long you can sit there and talk yourself out of things. Like, you just gotta follow through on your word, on what it is that you know you're supposed to be doing, and get it done. Because you'll be better on the other side of that. You can choose to be better on the other side of that, or you can choose to stay the same. And what good is it to stay the same? You're only gonna grow to resent yourself for not changing. There's a version of you out there every day that's doing what you're supposed to be doing, and he is getting better by the day, and you are falling behind, and he's winning the race, guys. He's winning the race because he's actually putting forth effort. He's actually taking that first step to do what it is that you know you need to be doing. So you need to outrun that guy. Outrun the better version of yourself. And that's what I try to do every day. That's what I strive to do every day. I've been growing a lot in my relationship with God recently and diving deeper into my faith. I'm in the Word every day. I read my Bible for 30 minutes in the morning, every morning. I spend time in prayer, and that has given me a newfound sense of confidence to go all in on the things that I care about, like making these videos, like taking on coaching clients one day, like trying to inspire people by the means that I have, because I know that God is for me, and He has His hand over my life, and He's going to establish my steps. So I trust that. All I gotta do in trusting that is show up every day. Show up in that relationship with Him, and show up with obedience and diligence and discipline in every area of my life. And yes, there are times where I slip and I fall. That's normal. That's part of being human. But the righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up. When you guys feel yourself slipping, when you feel yourself falling off of your game, get back up over and over and over again and get to work as many times as it takes to build yourself into the man that God's called you to be. So I have this handy dandy Garmin, just a Garmin running watch. I forgot what model it is, but I have a stopwatch feature on here that I use for all of my workouts. I like to rest approximately 3 minutes in between each of my sets. You don't want to be doing sets in rapid succession if your aim is to build muscle. You got to give your muscles time to breathe before you hit them hard again. We're gonna bang out as many reps as we can. Bang, bro. That's what we're gonna do. Control your reps if possible. Always go slow on the way down. Pause at the top if you can. And most importantly, train hard, bro. Train freaking hard. This is arguably one of my favorite exercises of all time. We're gonna be doing barbell curls, and I'm throwing 25 on each side. It's not incredibly heavy, but I can't do too many of the 35s just yet. We're gonna get there one day, just wait. So like I said, I do plan on competing in a natural bodybuilding show in roughly 2 years. And I hope to document the next 2 years of my training more than I have the past couple years. But I hope to step on stage and win. I'm natural, I've been lifting for 5 years, and I think I have a real shot at it if I continue to train hard. I started when I was 16, so my first show would be at like 23. And that's something I'm looking forward to, and I keep that in mind every session, every workout that I do, that I'm doing this for a reason. And you gotta remember why you're training. Is it because you wanna look better? Is it because you wanna be more proud of yourself, have more confidence, get abs? Everyone trains for a different reason. Everyone's approach to fitness looks different. You gotta find what's sustainable for you, train hard, and remember why it is that you're doing all of this. I've been fortunate to have grown up in a Christian household. I have 2 married Christian parents who have modeled a great relationship for me and my siblings, and I aspire to have one similar of my own one day. And I pray to God, I pray for my future wife, I pray she's out there somewhere, that I get to meet her ASAP. I'm looking forward to that day. I want a family one day. But most importantly, I want to be the man that God has called me to be. And He's given me purpose, He's given me confidence, He's given me forgiveness, love, grace, mercy, all of these great things. And I've walked away from Him time and time again throughout my adolescence. And most recently, like I said, I've been growing a lot in my faith. I think it is important and huge for people, individuals, to be rooted in something much greater and much bigger than themselves. And He's called us men to be soldiers in His army. We serve the King of Kings. So build up your body, build up your mind, build up your spirit. Be a strong man, someone who's willing to face adversity and stand strong on your values. All that being said, watch this next set. Here we go. These shoes are like super soft, so I'm trying not to rock back and forth, but it's kind of hard. 7, I already said 7. I lost count. That's failure. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you're capable of doing whatever it is that you're trying to do. Otherwise, you're never going to commit. You're never going to build that confidence, and you're never going to respect yourself. You see, if you say you're going to do something, you need to follow through on that. Your word has to mean more to you than it does anyone else. And if you can keep your word, especially to yourself, it's going to be easier to keep it with other people, keep your promises that you make to other people. It's going to be easier to show up day in and day out, and that commitment, that keeping of said promise compounds, and you're going to be able to believe in yourself, and that you are going to be able to go on and believe that you're capable of doing so much more. It starts here, it starts in the gym, it starts with building a foundation in which requires you to show up every day. And once you start showing up every day, not because you feel like it, not because you're motivated, but because you said you would, then you take that and it compounds and you go on to do bigger, crazier, more unimaginable things. I used to train for very vain reasons. I wanted abs, I wanted a six-pack, I wanted to pull girls, have more girls like me, which is natural and it makes sense. That's why a lot of people start going to the gym. But for me, it's become something so much more. It gives me structure, it gives me a reason to show up, it gives me confidence, and it gives me an outlet in which I can kind of just escape my thoughts and spend a lot of time here in this garage, at the gym, in my head, in prayer with my Creator. And that's a beautiful thing. So if you're not training, I hope you're not missing out on that. But training will give you a strong foundation in which you will learn how to be a disciplined man who continues to show up even when it gets hard. I want to be a soldier for the Lord. I want Him to use me and take me places that I can only dream of going, not for my own glory, but for His. I want Him to put me in situations that the average man might back down in or is scared of, and to use me to show his love and demonstrate what he's all about. So I don't know exactly how I want to structure these videos going forward, whether or not I want to show my full workout, clips of my workout. It's going to be a process, so bear with me. The quality will get better, but these are 30s. We're just doing some hammer curls right here. Finish it off with some biceps. And then I did want to show you how to do body weight rows. For the hammer curls, little tip, keep your elbows in front of you. Go slow on the way down like usual. And to really squeeze these ones. Almost flex your tricep at the bottom. It's getting hot in here. It's getting really freaking hot, dude. But we're almost done with the workout. Since I said I'd show you guys my favorite variation of body weight rows, here it is. I am not going all out on these today, but I wanted to show you how they work. Normally I put this bar up a little bit higher so I could get a full stretch, but essentially I'm gonna put my feet up on the bench here, and you just do like a reverse barbell row with your body. It's kind of cool. And they kill the back too if you really squeeze. Yeah, but my back is cooked from those pull-ups. All right, little physique check. We'll do the back first, I think. A little back double wide. Hold on. So what time it is? Ooh, we got a whole pound of 96.4 beef. I eat the same thing every day, and I like to mix it with like about 2 cups of this cooked jasmine rice. I make it Chipotle style, so cilantro and lime heavy. The two go really well together, and I am getting hungry after that workout. Yeesh. Look at these shoes, bro. My favorite steppers. My dog, Fletcher, he's a Vizsla. He's getting old, and he needs to take his health more seriously. But he hasn't really started working on that just yet. Look at that. Look at that. It looks delicious. All right, so for whatever reason, I decided to record the ending of this video on my laptop's webcam. I really enjoyed making this video. However, it was really nerve-wracking going into it. So I appreciate all of you who watched all the way through. It means a lot to me. And I just wanted to read a quick Bible verse that's been speaking to me in closing. This is going to be Psalm 16, verse 11. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. As a man in today's society, you need to be doing your best to forget the pleasures of this world. Your flesh will crave comfort. It will crave things that aren't good for you in excess, and you shouldn't be chasing the wrong things. Rather, keep your eyes fixated on God and his plan and his will for your life. He will establish your steps, and you need to trust that. I struggle in trusting that. I struggle in wanting to have it all figured out. but you just got to trust him because he's bought you at a price. He cares a lot about you. He loves you more than anyone else loves you. So you need to lean into that. You need to trust him and do your best to glorify him in all things that you do. So like I said, thanks again for watching this video. I plan on making more of these in the future. Like I said, hopefully every Tuesday. So leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll get back to all of you guys. Thank you and have a blessed rest of your week.